Hello and welcome back to Lean Into Your Light. I am one of your co-hosts, Kimberly K. French, and I'm with.
Lori Urbaniak, your co-host. It's nice to be here this week after Mother's Day. We
Mm.
had a little celebration. Three of my four kids were in town, and then their spouses, significant others. So my family keeps getting bigger, not smaller.
Nice.
I have more. Yes, it was good. We had a nice time, and um, I started this tradition years ago when they were little, and I still had to cook for myself because they were little, but I started it
Hmm.
back then. I was like, I'm not cooking myself dessert. So I would buy like, I don't know, probably four different kinds of ice cream because they all like the different things. And so we would make sundaes, and I would get the
Mm.
whipped cream and the sprinkles and the whatever, whatever. We hadn't done it probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 years, 5 years
Mm.
maybe. And so this year I'm like, I'm buying ice cream. Everybody goes, oh, we're going to do that again. I remember that.
Aw,
So yeah, we
that's
had our
amazing.
ice cream sundaes. Yeah, it was fun.
Love those traditions because they do bring back those like good times from the past, right?
Yes.
Memories are so powerful, like the
Mhm.
smell, the taste,
Yes.
the touch, all of that. You were also sharing before we got on camera about the tradition of reading Harry Potter and your kids kind of memorializing that with something they
Yes.
gave you also.
Yes. It's so true. It's so interesting to see what they remember now as adults.
Mm.
How did we bond as a family? What do they take? What did they take with them? And I
Hmm.
hope that it was more happy, good stuff than not. But I feel like they are. And I feel like my kind of crappy childhood was really a good point to pivot and not do that for my kids. I
Mm-hmm.
suppose I could have been a little victimy and said,
Sure.
well, poor me. But no, I was like, that is not happening in my house. It was very different. And I wanted
Hmm.
them to have to just know that they were supported whatever they did. And I think
Yeah.
again, all my cards this year were you're such a support, you've been such a good role model. And then the spouses of the kids are like, thank you for raising such a wonderful woman or
Aw.
man or something, and I'm like, you're welcome. But it was
That's
fun.
awesome.
So yeah. How was your
That's a
Mother's Day?
testament. It was really good. It was, we did a lot of outdoor activities. I live in the Pacific Northwest and it was sunny and warm. We had
Oh,
like
what a good
really
gift.
warm days. Yeah. So we
Yeah.
toured Frank Lloyd Wright House just south of us, not too
Ooh,
far, and
very cool.
took some walks out in nature because it was really sunny out
Mm.
and warm. We've plenty of shade. So we went a walk in the woods and got my daughter to do that. She's 15, right? So she doesn't want to go outside, go for walks with mom anymore, but
Yeah.
got her outside and she did it and she had a good time.
Oh,
So,
I love it. That's
yeah,
awesome. Yeah, it's a little
yeah,
tradition you guys are doing too,
yeah,
being
yeah.
outside in nature. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's kind of what we're talking about this week is stories that we've held
Mm-hmm.
on to. I mean, and goodness, we've had, as a child between age till 7, how many things were we told? But why are those ones that stick with us? What was it about those
Yeah.
few stories that stick with us all the way into adulthood that we now have to push back and question and say, not today. We're going to do something different. So I
Yeah.
know you had an
Yeah.
experience with that over the last week too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm always fascinated on the subconscious. Like you said, the first 7 years, the subconscious is set, and it's the pattern, this the cycle and
Hmm.
record that's playing in the background that drives a lot of our decisions, and it's all based on beliefs about the stories that were happening of the events that happen. So an event
Yes.
happens, we make up a story, we form a belief, and it guides our actions. Right? It's just like
Hmm.
this little like train or this little loop that keeps going.
Yeah.
And some of them are good, like the one you talked about, with your family, all the good memories of ice cream sundaes
Yes.
and, Harry Potter stories, going for walks in nature with, your
Yeah.
family. There's a lot of good, but then there's those little things that happen that maybe we didn't quite understand enough or we didn't know enough to ask questions, and they
Yeah.
kind of get stuck. And for
Mm.
me, one of the ones that came up this week, um, was I need to be needed, right? And I need to put everyone else's needs in front of my
Uh,
needs. And that kind of does not serve me very well when I put everyone else's needs always in front of my
right.
own needs. And it's from
Mhm.
one story from that I was tracing it back, when my dad died and my mom wanted me to go do something with her. I did not want to do it with her. I was like, I don't want to go to it as an up with people like performance. It was like a bunch of young people singing and dancing, right? Back in the
I'm not in the
70s.
mood.
Not in the mood to go to that, mom. But all of my four older siblings, I was 7, right? All of my older siblings, like, you gotta go. Mom's sad. She needs you. You have to do this for mom, right? It's like, we have to take care of mom right now. She's really vulnerable.
Mhm.
And, if I was a little more aware of as a 7-year-old, but, at that time, I'm like, okay. But it's like, no, wait a
Yeah.
minute. I'm grieving too, goddammit.
Yeah.
I just lost my dad. Somebody's been taking care of me too. But so most of my life, I felt I had to take care of
Mhm.
others who were sad or take care of other people who were
Yeah.
stuck in life. And that's why, um, I just always giving
Yeah.
to my time and talent to like
Mhm. Mhm.
volunteering and anybody who is stuck. I'm like, oh, let me help you. Let me help you. Let me help you.
Yeah.
Um, and that hasn't served me because I've grown to like not, um, use my own talents to support my family. That's what really came to this last week was my husband's leaving
Oh.
his job. Really happy he's leaving his job because he's not happy there. He's going to take some time off. I'm like, oh, well, I really want to go back and be the breadwinner for my family because I used to be the primary, and then I took
Mhm.
some time off for my daughter, and I've been having a little challenge getting back into it. And I
Okay.
realized that this belief of always I don't like take any action unless someone needs me and someone like needs my talents and services. So unless I can connect those two, and that's where like working in corporate was easy, but now I want to be an entrepreneur. And I think that's why it's really important for me to let go of that belief of
Yeah.
only being needed, right? To move forward.
Mhm.
And I have to
I
reframe
love
that
that.
narrative. I have to reframe that.
Boy, I think life is going to look so different for you when you do
Mm,
that. I
I
think
think
that's
so too.
awesome.
Because
It's so brave to dive into that, though. It's so brave to hear that part of you that needs attention because
mhm,
you've had that pattern a long time.
a long time.
And yeah,
And it
it's
served
very
me
brave.
well in some cases.
Sure,
And in other cases, it's like, oh yeah, this is holding me back right now. So
you've
I have
outgrown
I
it.
found I have found a 7-step process, very simple 7 steps, but I
Oh, I
have
want to hear
found.
it. Let's do it.
All right. So, and I already alluded to some of it, but just going back when you're stuck on something, like,
Mhm.
okay, I'm not taking action in this area, which I really want to. I've got a goal. I'm not taking action. Why? Going back and brainstorming all of your limiting beliefs. Like, oh, how did I get this money belief that money doesn't grow on trees? How do I get this belief that women in their 50s is hard for them to lose weight? I've got a story about that one, but
Yeah.
it's not hard. It's just a belief.
Yes,
um,
I agree.
so
Mhm.
you brainstorm all your limiting beliefs, write them all down, and then I rate them from 1 to 10. Like, okay, what is the most impactful one for me right now? And for me, that was always feeling like I had to take care of everyone else's needs ahead of my own needs. So I started with that one. I started with that one belief.
Yeah.
After that, I went back and you reimagine a more positive meaning to the story of my mom making me go, or my siblings making me go to this Up with People event to take care of my mom's needs. Um, and what happened for me was once I closed my eyes and I went inside, I'm like, oh, well, maybe she just loved me more than the others. She wanted to go with me and not them. Who
Works for
knows?
me. Yeah.
Right? That's a more empowering belief. It's like, oh, I'm so special because she wanted to go with me and nobody else. So she kind of singled me out. And so I get to choose as an adult, right? The meaning that I give to it today.
Yes, you do.
Um, yeah. And then number 5 was to demagnetize the old memory and just watch it to like losing power, well, and lifting the other one up and like getting more magnetic.
Mm.
And then number 6, having that turnaround statement of, I'm just somebody who people like to spend time with, right? And they're taking care of my needs.
sounds so
and I'm taking care of
different.
their
Oh
needs,
my gosh.
right?
Yes.
And then the last one is rate it again, 1 to 10, the old story versus the new story, and seeing if
Love it.
it's gone down. So that's really, it sounds like 7 steps is a long time, but it's a really simple 7-step process.
I think that's really great to take. I mean, you could do that at different times in your life too, because
Mm-hmm.
you're going to clear out a story or two and really
Mm-hmm.
feel great, and then you're going to find another one. So that's something you can always come back to. It's a very simple
Yeah.
process like that, but it can be done with relationships, with jobs, careers, with finances, abundance, with, I mean, so many things. That's
Yeah.
great.
100%.
Love
And
that.
like I said, I just did it with my weight loss goal too, or my health goal. I don't want to lose weight as much as I want to be healthy. But the weight started going down once I stopped believing that it was hard.
Oh,
And
yay.
yeah, and I'm just feeling like the trajectory of it going down is not hard when you get to 50. It's just society tells us that. People tell us that. Like
It,
statistically, it's harder for women in their 50s after menopause to lose weight or to be at a healthy weight. It's like, no, it's just people told us that. And stop that. It's just like, stop that, people.
yes. And you know what, too? Like, miracles happen. And I'm not saying to lose weight over 50 is a miracle, but that's what I think happens when we identify things that, you
Mm,
know, are cut, are just this way it is, this way it always has been. Miracles happen every day, and you can look
mm-hmm.
at them and look for them, and things that are supposed to be a certain way and not, you know.
Yeah.
All of that, you know. Yeah, I've been, it's kind of reminds me of, like, I've been, I don't know what or thing on Instagram it is, but it's like all these people that became wealthy and successful in their late 50s and early 60s. Like, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
really, like KFC, the guy was like 62 when he started his first restaurant. Life
Yeah.
does not end at 35. It keeps going. And there's
Yeah.
so many potentials and possibilities for us every single day. And those
Yeah.
7 steps are going to help clear that way so you can just see all the glittering gold and shine and love that's sitting there waiting any day, every day for the rest of your
I
life.
love that. Love that.
Yeah.
Seeing the glitter and gold.
Yes. You look for shimmers and not,
Mm,
and glimmers, not the dim stuff, but look for the
yeah.
shimmers and glimmers. You know, we get trained to always think of the, oh, what could possibly happen? What if? Well, yeah, what if? Oh my gosh, this is a new day. Let's look for some glimmers and not the
Mm-hmm.
dimmers.
I
Yeah.
love that. I think that should be the title of a tagline of this video.
Yes.
Look for the shimmer and not the dimmer.
Yeah.
I might write that one up too because that's really powerful.
Yeah.
Because our society tells us so much about people who are getting older. I think it's a disservice to everyone who's younger. And when they're envisioning getting older, instead of being scared of it, it should be something we look forward to because we have so much more wisdom
Yeah.
as we grow older. All the experience, all of the like transformation that we've gone through to get rid of the limiting beliefs. I think life
Mhm.
begins as you get older, right?
Yep. Uh-huh.
And I'm I'm looking forward to getting older more now than I ever have been. I was
Me
like
too.
trepid I was like nervous about it in my 40s.
Yeah.
And then I saw how my beliefs like were manifesting. Like, oh crap. So I started adopting I'm going to get better and better as I age. Period.
I
I get
love
better and
that.
better as I age.
And it's so true. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm on that train with you.
Awesome. I love it.
Yay.
Anything else you want to add?
No, this is a good, I got a lot to think about. I want to go jump on those 7 categories and do that this week and see what I come up with. Maybe we can talk about that next week.
Yeah, I'm
Like
going
a
to do
real
another
life
belief this
case
week.
study. Yeah. Love
Yeah.
it.
I love
Okay.
that too. I'm going to work on another one totally unrelated to what I just did and then you do and then we'll come back and report on it.
Love it. Yes.
All right.
Sounds like a plan.
Well, thank you, everyone. Until next time, I hope that these 7 step process to helping you eliminate your limiting beliefs is helpful. Please subscribe if you find these videos helpful. We'd love to have you in the community. And until next time,
See
much
ya. Have a
gratitude.
great week. Bye bye.
Bye.